a long absence once again, but I'm back. I've been guided to come with a message. And the call was so loud I could not ignore it. So I decided, let me come out. I don't know who's going to catch this live, who's going to watch it afterwards. Thank you very much for remaining committed to this channel and also following me on, on Instagram, um, African Gypsy Psychic, Sunshine African Gypsy. I'll put the links in the bio so you can find me easily there as well. All right. So without wasting any more of your time, let's get straight into your reading. This is a weekly psychic forecast, and I'm doing it from the 23rd to the 30th of October. 2025. But remember, the time is fluid. For some people, some of these things have already happened. For some other people, they're still yet to come. And do remember, guys, that this is a general reading, so take what fits and leave the rest for someone else. I'm pulling out all the stops today. I want to make sure that at least everyone who gets to see this message gets some message for them. Part of a message may be for you and the rest may be for someone else. Take it how it fits, and you can always book a personal reading with me if you want to find out if this reading is for you or not. My details will also be down in the description box down below. All right. Thank you for joining me on the live. Thank you. Welcome. All right. Let's see what the forecast has for us for the next 7 days. Remember, time is fluid. So the first message is coming from Angel Daniel, and he says, I am the angel of marriages, and I'm assisting you right now. So Spirit is helping someone when it comes to their marriage, whether you're already in a marriage and there's help that you need concerning said marriage, or you're praying to get into a marriage and you've been asking for divine help. So it looks like that's coming through for you. Spirit is coming through real big to try and help certain people who've been praying about marriages. That's coming up. That's a lovely message to start with. Then we also have a message from a passed on loved one. Someone who's been thinking about their passed on loved one, whether it was a relative, friend, whatever it may be. And Spirit is saying that this person is saying, please don't worry about me. I love you very much. Please don't worry about me. So I know sometimes when you go through certain things in life, you start thinking about the things people have passed on. You're like, oh, if so-and-so was there, what would they have said? If so-and-so was there, I would have at least had some comfort or something like that. I know all those feelings it can happen. Welcome to the live. Yeah, so your pastor and loved one is saying, please don't worry about me. I love you very, very much. So we also have Queen Mother Nanny, liberation. The story of Queen Mother Nanny was that, if I remember this correctly, she was a Jamaican healer, a psychic healer, whatever you may call her, and she was taken by captors, and the captors took her to be amongst other slaves. What they didn't realize is that she was a fighter and she was also a healer. And so she managed to free almost like more than 400 of her people while in captivity. So Spirit is talking about liberation, freeing yourself, and maybe as you free yourself, you're doing that for countless other people. And also I'm picking up like forest fairies. Someone may be strongly connected to forests, in places of nature as well. For other people who are in other parts of the world, you may be more connected to the mountains and stuff. Yeah. I feel like as some of you are going forward to free yourselves from whatever golden cage you'd kept yourselves, that society had put you in. For one or two of you, it's coming out like that. And Spirit is asking you to please keep your commitments. If there's something that you've promised someone that you're going to do, get on with it. Yes, there are times you don't feel like it. You're like, oh, no, Spirit, I don't really feel like doing that. And Spirit's like, oh, up to it. Let's do it. You promised that you're going to do A, B, and C, so make sure you do it. So keep your commitments. That's what it means to be a person of integrity. Doing things even if your core is not feeling like it. You're like, oh, I'd rather just chill. I don't want to do this, what. And Spirit is like, no. You promise you must be a person of your word. So keep to your word, stick to your word, because a good name is to be desired above all else. Well, And this season as well, then over the next 7 days, you're being asked to watch and listen carefully. Watch the signs, listen carefully, listen to what Spirit is saying, listen to what's going on, listen to your gut feeling, listen to what people say and how they say it too, and ask yourself why they've said it as well. So it's a time for taking in more than bringing out input, really listening, being present and saying, hey, you know what, I'm reading between the lines. This person actually said A, B, and C. And when you look back, you find that you're getting a lot of information about what a person had told you, maybe between the lines. And maybe you're watching every move very carefully, watching body language, watching little cues that may seem very subtle, but nonetheless noticeable for you. Yeah, you may be moving in that clever, maybe cunning fox energy for a couple of you. And you're being reminded that hope is the conduit for miracles. So if you want miracles to happen in your life, I know I was saying this to someone earlier on in the day. If you're wishing for miracles in your life, hope is that conduit, or hope is that cord that allows miracles to get to you. So hope for the best and stay faithful to God, Spirit, ancestors, whatever positive spiritual practice you got going on. Like I always say, if you've been on this channel before, if you haven't, welcome. This is how we do it. And Spirit wants you over the next 7 days as well to set your sights higher, increase your standards, and expect more for yourself. Do not settle. Do not settle for less than what you know you need. Set your sights higher. I know at times life can sort of bully you into a little corner where you're like, okay, I just gotta deal with the bare minimum. Let me not be too hopeful. Let me not be too demanding and all of that. Yet Spirit is saying, you know what? Set your sights higher. Expect the best. Hope for the best and expect the best for yourself and from yourself as well. For some of you who are logged into this message, there's some sort of a career change coming up for you, a career transition where your life purpose, what you were born to do, is triggering a shift in your career. And this is a blessed career change. I know a lot of people ask, no, why am I here? Why am I here? And for one or two of you who are listening to this message, the career path you're taking is leading you to the answer to that question. Like, okay, you know what? I'm doing what I'm meant to do. I'm in my purpose. I'm walking in my north node. I'm walking according to the path that's destined for me. And it's a very satisfying feeling. It's so gratifying, and I feel that many of you are already being aligning onto those paths now. Maybe you're asking yourselves, but why is my career changing? Is this a wise move? Yet you're being told by Spirit that that move is exactly what you need to propel you to where you need to be going. All right, let us get into the main body of your reading. Let's find out what's really going on. I really missed doing these readings. And I'm very happy to be able to share this message with you, whoever it is who's catching this message and those who are going to catch it later on. Okay, Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, Holy Guides, what do we need to know for my darling collective? I hope you're fabulous. I hope you're feeling loved. I hope you're feeling safe and secure, blessed, prosperous. I hope you're patient with yourself and others where you can. I hope you're feeling excited about the possibilities of the future. All right, what does my darling collective need to know? Clear, concise messages, please, and get the best guidance, please come through. For the collective, there's a reading for the collective. Forecast for the 23rd till the 30th of October, 2025. Do remember that time is fluid. So yeah, it might not always play out in the exact dates we've got there, but it will still be on your time, on your timeline. Some people might even catch this reading a long time after this has been posted, and you'll probably find that whatever it's been saying is relevant to you. All right, let's find out. I've been rambling too much. Oh, someone say I love it when you ramble. Oh, bless your soul. Bless your soul, child. All right. So someone is about to put on heavy burdens. Some have been feeling very burdened, and Spirit is saying you've been able to make progress despite the limitations that you faced, and you still did it with a happy smile. This cycle is not quite complete. You are about to close off a certain cycle that has been a huge burden for you, but it's not quite done. What's crossing your path is some of you may be seeing the energy of someone who's very codependent and clingy, someone who wants reward without effort. They want to just take, they don't want to put in the work for whatever is needed. They just want to glean the harvest without putting in the work. And maybe for some of you, you've that has been the burden for you that you're putting down. On some of your minds, there's a tower moment coming up. For some of you, it's already happened, and for some, it's still coming in. You know what we say right here on the African Gypsy channel when we see the tower? We're sending in the tiger. You have 10 seconds to defend yourselves. Run. Yeah. So the tower is a shocking moment. Okay. Some of you are like, no, we knew. What's all that about, Sunshine? What's the tiger and the tower all about? Okay. Firstly, this tower is representing an act of God. You see, people have built a tower and they were secure in it. Through an act of God, a lightning bolt comes and smites the top of the tower, sends some hot fire up people who may have been sabotaging. A couple of you who've been working sabotage. The saboteurs have been thrown out and revealed for some of you. So when I talk about the tower, about 2-3 years ago, there's a reading I posted it. I'll have to remember what it's called, but 2-3 years ago, I posted a video, and this came from a download that I got. Spirit had shown me some people, and like I'd gotten into this tower, into this building. As I walk in there, someone just comes to me, and someone that I actually knew and that I was quite familiar with comes up to me and says, "You have been replaced." And I was like, "What? Replaced?" I didn't even know I needed replacing. And these people carried on going on with their replacement thing, almost like a Mission Impossible kind of thing, packing, stacking, doing things, doing whatever they're doing and being very busy and quite oblivious to my presence, not really bothered. I mean, they'd informed me I'd been replaced and they were going about their replacement activities, so to speak. And then something came up, and in their minds, they were like, okay, initiating exit sequence, and they had everything planned to a T. They were not phased, like, no, if this happens, then we'll do this, and we'll do that, something so well planned. And they were sliding down a rope to get out of the tower, kind of like these folks here end up falling out of the tower. And suddenly, the rope that they were all sliding on broke and was attached to a bell. And at the top, I could see this huge tower. And I just heard this voice saying those exact words that I use in the download. "We're sending in the tiger. You have 10 seconds to defend yourselves. Run." So, yeah, that's what the tower is about. Okay, someone's saying break it down, Sunshine. My nose is itching. Someone wants to book a session. Okay, yeah. So this tower moment coming up, this is some shocking revelations, shocking news coming up, unexpected. But as I always say, as much as it's shocking news, we're being told that the writing was already on the wall. Spirit was already telling you what time it was and what's about to happen and all of that. Whether through signs, through dreams, through intuition, through certain downloads and all of that, Spirit was already showing you what is going to happen. But maybe the timing is shocking. So there's shocking news, could be shocking headlines. Some saboteurs are being revealed and they're being exposed by God himself. This is not an act of God. As I often share on this channel, when the tower rolls up like this here, it's not one of those moments where we can sit back and say, how so clever, I figured out who was trying to do what, I was on top of my game. Unfortunately, it's not one of those moments. This is purely an act of God, where God steps in and Spirit steps in, the ancestors, whatever. Let's call it the Spirit Squad for argument's sake, as we often do on this channel, right here on the African Gypsy with your girl Sunshine. So the Spirit Squad steps in and you're like, I have to give them the credit. Even I could not have planned things this way, the way that Spirit has answered it and come in. So it's one of those moments. And this could be shocking news that's going to help you to put down some heavy burdens for some of you. In the past, some of you had to put up very strong boundaries with certain people. You had to be very guarded, very defensive for a couple of years. Well, and you had to put up strong boundaries with certain people or certain situations, because you realize, like, no, this ain't no friend of mine. I don't need to be playing with people like that. Whatever it is that you realized. I've got 2 9s and a 10 coming up already, which is telling me that whatever cycle that you've been in, whatever thing, cycle, chapter you've been in, is about to come to an end. And you've had to be very guarded against, maybe this person wants rewards without efforts. This person kept you very burdened, whether it was through spell work or manipulation or a bit of both. So in your current circumstances as well, I see that you're being treated fairly, and that seems to be a shock for you. This is like God stepping in and making sure that you are being treated fairly. There's an equal exchange, and this is God saying that, or the Spirit Squad saying that they've seen that you're very generous. Even when it's no longer necessary for you to be generous, you're still generous. And this is paying off huge dividends for you, huge rewards for you. Some of you may be getting a financial gift as well, from a loved one, from a friend, an unexpected a bit of income coming in for you. That's also coming up. And for some of you, that's going to help you to put down certain burdens that you're carrying. In the future, for some of you, I do see you turning your back on a situation. Some of you may actually be moving, shifting. Some of you are just detaching emotionally or maybe even physically from a situation, because you're seeing that you're on the path to putting down heavy burdens. Maybe the environment you've been in has been a burden. For some of you, in the future, you're seeing that the environment that you've been in has not been supportive of you having relationships, healthy relationships, or it has also been affecting your health in some way. It could just be the energy of the ground you've been on. Take it out first. Remember that this is a general reading, so it may not resonate with everyone. The key is there's some fighting, there's conflicts, there's chaos, there's confusion. There's a very disagreeable bunch that don't even get along amongst themselves, who are going at each other. And while this is happening, you seem to be quite oblivious to what's going on, and you're being treated fairly here, while they, I just heard, are taking on their karma. While they are taking on their karma, some people are going to be taking on karma while your Spirit Squad is busy treating you fairly. There's an illustration here. You're being treated fairly right here, and while your ops are fighting each other, and this same bunch of ops could be the same bunch of people who want rewards without effort. The codependent, very clingy people who want to just reap. They're not quite interested in the sowing and the weeding, watering, harvesting, and all of that. They just pop up. No. I mean, they're interested in the harvest. Definitely the harvest. They just pop up at his harvest. I'm like, yeah. So where do I get the baskets to harvest the maize crop? Yeah, okay. Let's move forward. In your environment, like we said earlier on, that some of you are going through a career transition, your careers are changing. Some of you may be getting new jobs, some of you may be coming into a lot of money, a lot of resources, and that's probably the reason why you've been very guarded and had already put up strong boundaries with someone who wanted rewards without efforts. For a couple of you, this could be someone seeing you leveling up in some way, or seeing God blessing you in some way. This has come up quite strong. Some of you are getting money for capital investment as well. And I interrupted myself. Is someone who's codependent and clean could see you getting this level up and things like that, and may want to just rush in and things like that. We got 8, 9, 10. So this is divinely orchestrated. The universe, like a perfect symphony, an orchestra, is playing, all parts playing together to bring together a desired outcome for my darlings, those who've been putting in the work. In your subconscious mind, some of you may be thinking about some sort of a boss energy, someone who's a mentor, a sponsor, someone who's created a very good name based on integrity and hard work and respect of core values and all of that kind of stuff. This person might be wanting, for some of you, you're getting hired. Some of you, you're getting employed. For a couple of you. And for some of you, this boss energy, it could be a Sagittarius, someone born in December, but not necessarily. Someone is watching some shocking revelations, shocking developments is what I heard. Shocking news. They're watching, it's come out twice. I mean, let me hold these up. We've got like 2 really, really dramatic illustrations here that they sort of paint the picture of the theme of what's coming up in the next 7 days. These ones are fighting each other and all of that. These ones are being thrown out of the tower. These people were sabotaging and doing all sorts of nonsense and hatching secret plans to try and hurt the chosen ones, plans to sacrifice them, to keep them burdened, to take their gifts or their positions without working for them. I'm hearing this is a specific message for some people. Remember, this is a general reading, so it might not resonate with everyone. So please, my darlings, do take what fits and leave the rest for someone else. You know how we do on this channel? So great to have you guys here. So the result is that many of you are going to be at a crossroads where you're taking the time to really analyze and see where the stumbling blocks have been in your life, what has caused the stumbling blocks, and whether you want to carry on with the path that you've been on that's like a bandaged wand, it's wobbly, you've had to sellotape it a couple of times, you're not so sure you can really rely on it, or do you take up a brand new one that's full of ideas and promise and fertility? Because some of you are realizing that the world is your oyster and you're really taking the time to think about what world you want to live in. What kind of a life do you want to live? What does it look like? What kind of a life are you painting? What does it look like? What does it feel like? All right, let's clarify. Which means we want to go a little deeper into the reading and see what is coming up. Timbodzigisa as we'd say in Shona. All right, what is crossing the path of the collective here? Clear, concise messages. What is crossing the path of the collective? There's justice coming in for some of you in strong Libra energy. Justice in a situation where you're all loved out. You've got no more ifs to give a certain situation. You're all loved out. You gave it your all, and so you're quite sure that no, the Oreo boxes is totally empty because you gave it your all. You shook it out, and even some love that you didn't even really have to give, you gave it. So with that energy, someone is having a lot of regrets because they see you as a missed opportunity. They regret treating you badly or treating some situation poorly. And this is a person who wanted to win at all costs. They didn't care who or what the collateral damage was. And they didn't foresee that their path was going to be blocked. They were not going to be able to move, or there's some travel's been blocked. Something's been stopped. This is a person who came at you, my darlings, maybe with a bunch of other people, but these other people are in the background and they're walking away, and yeah, damage has been done. There is damage on the battlefield, and some people are backing away from this person who wants to win at all costs, who's just looking for temporary wins, and they're putting up the white flag, and some of them are walking away from this person and like, you know what, we don't want to do this anymore. What is this about? Someone feels blindsided by the end of a journey. What is this about? Someone, yeah, a journey where someone had nothing but negative memories, bad memories of the past. This could be Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, star sign, but not necessarily. This is a person who didn't see that you were going to be emotionally detached in a situation. So I do get a situation where someone was trying to rile you up or really provoke you, and they wanted you to take you off your gangster. But you held firm. You held firm. And you detach yourself emotionally from a situation, and you're coming out as being very independent, self-sufficient. You're on top of your game. You're expanding your hustle, maybe with a new career that came up as well. And someone else is looking at their life. Oof, someone else has really ruined their life. A trouble causer who wanted rewards without effort has really ruined their life. Their life is being turned upside down. This is a live feed for some of you. This may be happening as you're watching this video, whenever you're catching this video here. Let's find out more about this person who's ruined their life. This is a person who wanted to rush in and apologize because they see the harvest coming in for you. As I said earlier on, this is a person who's not there when we're putting seeds in the ground, when we're watering, weeding, all of that. They're not there. Over harvest time, they got baskets. Heck, they'll even come with a truck and take as much as they can. And this person wanted to come rushing in and to apologize because they see the harvest you've got. I did speak earlier on about some of you getting a big harvest, I believe, or expanding your hustle. So there's a lot of communication. This person had come, this person was ruining their life, had come rushing in because they got wind of some communication. Something was said online, whether you posted something about your life, take it out, Fitz. I don't know how you all live your lives. Someone saw some messages. They could be screenshots, the messages going back and forth about a certain harvest coming in. And they were feel blindsided, this trouble caused it. They didn't see that you've been working hard and you've been mastering your craft, you've been hard at work, and now some sort of abundance is coming in. Got 888 on the board already. This is a person who's been forced to see you differently, and now they're sitting in there because they've ruined their own life. This is a person that you may have walked away from. Maybe a couple of people, you may have turned your back on this person in this situation and you found that you made faster progress. This is why this person wants to double back in and apologize, because they thought that you're probably going to crumble and you're not going to do anything. But God continued to bless you. And even though they came at you with a lot of different people, there could have been some sort of efforts to like really sully your reputation. Gemini energy coming up here. But you put up strong boundaries. Okay, let me go straight to the cheeky madams so we can gain a clearer perspective of what's going on right here. I hope you're enjoying the reading. All right, what's coming up here? What do we need to know? This person has ruined their life, maybe. Yeah, Spirit says that you need to shift your perspective on certain people. This is a person who sells information about other people, they're given $1 and they'll run off their mouths talking about all sorts of things. Ooh, and this is a person who sent people to try and disturb your peace in some way, but we're being told here by the cheeky madams, every person sent to disturb your peace returned burnt by the encounter. So anytime they sent someone to ruin your peace in whatever way, those people that they sent came back burnt by the encounter. This is by Jordan Peterson. Wow. And this is a toxic community because we did see you changing your environment for a couple of you in the future. This is a toxic community of people. They're toxic and they've all been burnt by the encounter after trying to disturb your peace in whatever way. Yeah, stalker nearby for some of you. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. There's a stalker nearby. There's a stalker. There's someone eavesdropping, keeping tabs on you somewhere in your immediate vicinity. For some of you, you may pick up a strange headache whenever this person's nearby. I don't know. For some of you, maybe that's how you're intuitively feeling it. Yeah. This toxic community has been stalking you. I didn't think this video was going to be this dramatic. I thought it was just going to be like a regular forecast for the next 7 days and we're out, but we're seeing that no, a lot is coming out here. Yeah. This is a person who tried to get you off their mind, this toxic community. They're steady watching you and they can't get you off their mind. So who's taking care of their own business while they're out here looking at you? These are the people who will be burnt by an encounter and also return back home to find that their own backyards are on fire because they've been so busy steady watching you, they didn't take care of business. If you're enjoying the reading, please give it a big thumbs up. The Spirit is saying that you shall never experience this type of pain or trauma again, because for some of you, this has been a traumatic experience. Yeah, and for some of you, these people feel like they ruined their lives because you're moving forward and you're starting some sort of a new business that's going to prosper for you. And they're looking at their own lives and they've ruined their own lives. So for some of you, whatever that business idea is that you've come up with, Spirit says, thank you. Spirit says that yes, that idea will work. Just pray, do research on it, and take action on the idea. It's going to surely work out. Let's find out a bit more here. Yeah, with the stalker nearby, Spirit says it hits different when the ancestors take over the battle. In the next 72 hours, the next 3 days, it's a Wednesday as I'm recording this. It depends on whenever you find this reading. So it takes us to Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Same sequence. Okay. So by Saturday, anytime from now till Saturday, the ancestors are taking over the battle to do the toxic community who've been steady watching you, sending all sorts of people to watch you, but each person that they sent to watch you came back burnt by the encounter. They didn't walk away unchanged by encountering your energy. Some of you are chosen ones. Some of you really operate on a very high vibration. Some of you, your ancestors, your spirit guides, your angels, they don't play about you, baby. Yeah, we're being told whatever was done in the past is coming out. Whatever they try to do is coming out. These people would ruin their lives. They may try to even contact you to just sort of like catfish you or find out if you know who they are and what they've been up to. You need to pay attention to all of that. These people are stuck daydreaming about the past that they wanted for you. Like, oh, I really wish we had gotten him that first time we attacked him, you know. I really wish that strategy could have worked. They're daydreaming, and that's all they can do, daydream about what they wanted to happen to you. These are people that you trusted, for some of you watching this reading here, and just misplaced trust. You trusted this person, and they didn't deserve your trust. They didn't deserve your trust. Let's find out more here. Whew. And I read, they thought that we're already told, okay, firstly, we're already told that every person sent to disturb your peace returned burnt by the encounter. And now we're told they thought that the watchers would shame you, but you turned them into fans. They thought that people watching you would make you feel ashamed because people know your stuff, they know your information, they know your stories, your secrets, and all of that, and they'd randomly say them back to you. I think that's the funniest thing to ever encounter, when someone tries to tell you your life story back to you because it's fishing for a response about what you think about your own life in a way to try and shame you. But Spirit says, yeah, but they try to shame you, but you turn them into fans and you made love to the cameras. This is animus morphosis. Yeah, they thought they'd shame you. They thought they'd cower you into a little corner where people be like randomly shouting out your secret details or secret stories. And they thought you'd be like, oh my God, I'm so shy. They know I did this and I did this. Instead, you're like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, so you know. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. I must quickly add, for some of you who've never been on this channel before, I'm an empath, which means I can speak like you or like someone else that you know during the course of this reading. I don't go into a trance, but yeah. So I must have some gangsters up on this channel, some thugs up on this channel, because I can see I was going down here. This is a Pisces. This could have happened to a Pisces, or Pisces could be involved somehow. These people, these people where there was misplaced trust and they sent watchers to watch you and they sent people to disturb your peace with this toxic community, they confused your composure with fear. They were steadily trying to just provoke you, but you didn't. They didn't take you off your gangster, and they thought that your silence meant that you were scared. Yet it was just composure. Until they met up with a checkmate. Yeah, we got it here. We did speak about an apology earlier on because Spirit is doing some things for you. I want to apologize, but my ego is more important. There's some things that, where do you even start? But anyway, an apology is an apology, and it is the right thing to do. What you encountered, my darlings, is what we call happy hour at the club of foolishness. Some people are just being hell of a bit foolish, hell of a crazy, and they thought they got you down, but that was not it at all, Again, it's a group of haters. We got a toxic community. We got a group of haters. And we've got people sending people to just spy on you and to disturb your peace. And each person they sent was burnt by the encounter. There's a whole bunch of people. For some of you, it's a whole bunch of people came out at you. We did see right here a whole bunch. Add them together with these, a whole heap of haters. a whole heap of haters. These are people that you thought you were nurturing, that you were being kind to, because we're told here that you, my darling, you were the lighthouse, and they were the ship that insisted that the rocks did not exist. As Animus Morphosis again. So you try to show these people the light, and you're like, no, this is the way to go. Let's go in this way. Let's do things in this way. And they were like, nah. And you're like, no, be careful. Can you not see those sharp pointed rocks? With that ship of yours, you're going to be grounded right now. No, just be careful. And they're like, no, those aren't rocks. Those are mermaids and sirens. Look, they're waving at me. And you're like, it's your life, yo. Do you and I do me. It's your life. If you're not going to listen to the warning, I'm not going to force you to listen to a warning. There's an Aries involved, someone born in April, possibly. Yeah, like I've been saying before the message even came. Thank you, Spirit, for the confirmation. Anzi, I've been so busy watching your life and judging you that I lost sight of the fire in my own backyard. Yeah, like I said, a whole bunch of people have been so busy steady watching you that they wasn't watching anyone watching their own life, and yeah, they lost sight of themselves. They lost themselves in the process of watching you. Monday, for some people, this is coming up on Monday. Why is Monday relevant here? What's coming up for Monday here? We got 72 hours. If you're watching this today on a Thursday, that would be up to Saturday. And then Sunday you rest, and Monday there's some action. If someone is going to gaslight you on a Monday, you're going to catch them out at something, and they're going to swear that you don't know what you're talking about. And yeah, this could be to do, there's some sort of a criminal case for a couple of you. Remember that this is a general reading, so not every message will resonate with you. So take the parts that fit and leave the rest to someone else. Yeah. There's a criminal case for some people who started a smear campaign against you. This could be going down on Monday. Maybe you're taking some people to court for defaming your name, or starting a smear campaign and saying all sorts of mad shite about your name, talking smack about your name, talking a lot of nonsense with their mouths. Yeah, these are people who are up to spell work. We did see spell work earlier on. Hansi, the witch doctor, charged me a lot of money for a spell to break everything in your path. But here you are, little Mr. Perfect, prancing around and enjoying God's blessings in your life. Someone just can't handle. They just cannot handle. Someone just cannot handle, yo. Yeah, this, like I say, this was misplaced trust, because we got here that this person played you like a fiddle, and they've been secretly causing chaos and confusion in the background in your life, and they danced to the discord that they caused, watching you, paying for expensive spell work to try and break you. Yet through all of that, and not to mention the smear campaign also, through all of that, God is still blessing you, because God is God, and God is not going to hold back his hand from blessing you just because someone's got a problem with you, because you're still God's perfect child. No matter what you've been through, no matter what, God still sees you as his baby. Oh, okay. So on top of what they were doing, these people forgot to pay the practitioner. In fact, they conveniently forgot, because they saw that the spell work didn't have any results. God kept on blessing you, and they're like, "I know we're not going to pay this practitioner because the spell work's not working." So what's going to happen to this toxic community, this group of haters? There's definitely a Libra involved as well, or this is happening to a Libra. What's going to happen to this group of haters here? What do we need to know? It's true. They pay for spell work, and something became criminal. The obsession with watching you and trying to do something ended up turning into a criminal case for a couple of you. And for some of you, you're suing someone for defamation of character because they started a smear campaign. These people might have put you under some form of surveillance, whether it's spiritual or 3D surveillance. But we did see a stalker nearby, so this is 3D surveillance. It could be some form of illegal surveillance that they put you under. All that time, child, we've all been given the same 24 hours, and this is how you choose to spend your good 24, watching someone else living their 24, while you put your life on a shelf and just do nothing for all those hours while you be watching. Child, make it make sense. because it ain't making sense from where I'm sitting here. I'm sure as you're watching this video, this ain't making sense either. Like, no, go 24 hours, no, do something with it. Yeah, okay, so what's happening is that these people forgot to pay the practitioner. And I feel that the practitioner decided to return the spell work and send the spell work to them instead. And when they did that, your ancestors pulled up on a hater last night. They're like, huh? What? Spell work on little Christian? On little Jackie? Uh-huh. Making them do all this and all of that or whatever it is. Your ancestors definitely pulled up on a hater last night and you got the attention of your higher ups, whether in the 3D or in the spiritual realm. So no weapon formed against you will prosper, my darlings. There's someone who drives a silver or a gray car. What's up with the silver or gray car? Your ancestors may have pulled up on a hater who drives a silver or a gray car last night. Or they're doing it tonight, or they're doing it on a Thursday because we've got Thursday coming up. Remember, we've got 72 hours. So part of the things that are happening the next 72 hours is your spirit guys pulling up on some haters on a Thursday. And these are haters that enjoyed watching you suffering. They were the voyeurs of tragedy that set nonsense in motion and sit back and see how a wrecking ball was going to take you down. So these are like psychopaths, spiritual psychopaths that do the spell work and then they start stalking you and hanging around to see if the spell work's working or not. That's like hella messed up. These people could have been doing spell work that's been depleting your vitamins and minerals in your body. Some of you might need to take a multivitamin supplement. And some of these haters lied about, they really tried to damage your reputation in so many ways. But Spirit says, you know what, child, move forward as if you've already received the apology that you know we haven't received. These haters are going to have an emergency. They're going to need to call or someone is going to have an emergency. They're going to need to call a first responder, the police, the ambulance, or the fire brigade. This could be going down on a Thursday. This could be to do with the silver or a gray car that had put someone under some form of surveillance and who enjoyed seeing you suffering. And now these people are saying, I don't know what to say to you. So that's what happens when people underestimate a person's intelligence. Just because you don't talk about things doesn't mean that you don't know about them. Not knowing and not talking are like really different things. Because as you get to certain stages of your evolution, you realize that it's not everything you should talk about. It's not everything that you know you should talk about. Yeah, the minute they failed to pay the practitioner, guess what, child? The dark magic backfired on them. Just like that. So whatever they wanted to do to you, guess what's happening to them? That's what's happening. If they wanted you to have some sort of calamity and stuff, that's what's happening to them. And these people are saying, I can't even look you in the eye because I know that you know I betrayed you over and over again so many times. These are people who've been taking pot shots at you, been trying, they'll try it like this, let's try it like that, let's try it like this. And every time God has protected you, God has kept you safe under his wing. And now they can't look you in the eye because they know, they're feeling the shame of having tried you and failed. Yeah. And their lives are failing, their lives are falling apart since they started coming for you. That's why there's a fire in their own backyard. Their lives are falling apart. They try to come for you, and now everything's failing in their life. And yeah, your ancestors also pulled up on them like last night. And now they're asking, how long have you known about this? Like I just said earlier on, you might know things, but it doesn't mean that you always talk about the things you know. So now they're asking themselves, but how long have you known? So all this time that I've been acting the fool, acting all friendly and all of that nonsense, you've always known who I really was and what I was about. So why didn't you say something? Or like what? Like you can't tell someone how to act proper, because they know for themselves what they've been up to and all of that. What do they expect you to say? Yeah, these people are eating humble pie now. God has humbled your enemies. He has made your enemies your footstool to step on as you level up and glow up and take control of your life and make big boss moves, child. Yeah, we saw a criminal case coming up earlier on. The detective's intuition's on point. This could be to do with a Thursday or the next 72 hours. Some detective has noticed something about the people who've been talking nonsense about you with the smear campaign. It's like these people have been checking out their blessings the minute they stepped out of integrity. For some of you, there's a comic father involved, whether it's a father, a baby daddy, or someone that you just call father, some father figure. The detective's intuitions on point about a comic father figure. This is a comic father figure who probably gave their child advice that was not so good, who showed this child that they didn't love them. And this child can now see because of how this father behaved. But Spirit says, you know what, someone else would love you right. Yes, someone had their own father talking a lot of mad nonsense about them, or a father figure talking mad, excuse me, nonsense about them. And now this group is fighting amongst themselves, like I said right over here. They're now turning all that cunning and cleverness and all of that and using the on each other. Let's see how that works out. Yeah, this is what God has done. This was God's judgment, spiritual judgment. These are people definitely trying to send you some form of spell work. Yeah, because we did see them spending a lot of money on all sorts of different people, witch doctors and stuff, to try and get spell work. Like, no, this one, let's go to this one, let's go to this one, let's go to this one. And they didn't count the cost for them, just nothing. They were so obsessed with the idea of breaking you down that they stopped counting the cost. But you're being reminded that divine protection is here, my darlings. Okay, let's just get back to a couple of these messages here. Let's see what is in your environment before I step out. I didn't want to make this reading too long. What is in the environment of the collective? Like I said earlier on, some of you may be getting new jobs or promotions or new appointments altogether. A blessing is coming in from the Most High. Congratulations to those getting that. So this is someone, some of you are getting these new jobs. People who had previously had very bad memories about the past, excuse me, or about the past, and they had been unable to let go of these bad memories. But it looks like this promotion or this new money or this new job, whatever is coming in, is going to kind of like help you forget about the past. Maybe some of you went through some really tough times where you didn't have enough and you felt like you were not enough. You felt like you're not good enough to step up in certain places. And now God is blessing you with some sort of financial gain. Oh, okay. And people could be very confused about this. They're very confused because it's this new job or whatever blessing is coming as a huge shock. You're getting all this happiness. For some of you, it's a lot of respect from your community as well. And these people are wishing that you were not so guarded with them. Confirmation right there. These people might feel blindsided by what? By your success. Because, like I said earlier on, they were steady watching you. And something happened that they didn't see coming. God blessed you. And you're getting a reason to celebrate confirmation once again. And some of you may be stepping into the soft life, the good. And someone is sitting in the background having a lot of regret about the way they treated you. How did they treat you? They treated you like a fool. Ooh, Spirit is being cheeky. Someone treated you like a right old fool, like a nincompoop, like you didn't have a brain, like a real no challenge, no brain person. Yeah, this person could have who's having regret could have started a smear campaign against you and tried to get a lot of other people to see you differently, and they're now regretting that because they're seeing how God is blessing you. There's a blessing coming from God, and they're seeing that you may have taken a necessary retreat from the world, a tactical retreat from the world, to give yourself time to plan, pray, and prepare about the future, and to do research into what it is exactly you wanted for your future. And you took the time as well to heal yourself from the heartbreak and the betrayal that they tried to send your way. And someone may have gotten news that you're healed, you're thriving, you're glowing, you're nourished, I don't know, all of those positive things, collective. And again, someone wishes that you would unblock them. Maybe you didn't block them on the phone, you just blocked them energetically. Someone is regretting the fact that they refuse to work with you. Um, I feel like someone tried to get other people on board to come against you, and some of these people may be losing their jobs. They're not protected from losing their jobs for coming against you with the surveillance that came up earlier on. And these are people who played you like a fiddle, trying to play pin the tail on the donkey with you. You know, you're blindfolded, and they're like, "Oh, where's the donkey's tail? Where's the donkey? Where's the donkey? Where's the donkey?" And you couldn't see where it was coming from, left or right. You're like, "Who is it? Who is it? Where's it coming from? Who's following me? Who's doing that? Who's doing that?" And they enjoyed it very much. You know, they felt that like you're a real walkover. And now you're turning your back on this situation, and it looks like you're making a lot of faster progress. You may be signing some important contract agreements and paperwork. Um, We've also got here someone looking at some communication from a far long distance communication, or lots of messages going back and forth. Someone regrets walking away from someone as well. Someone regrets is sad because you're bossing up, you know, boss babe, boss vibes, whatever it is. What is this? What are these messages about? There are lots of messages, lots of communication going back and forth about a reconciliation for some of you, or a relationship. Some of you may be intuitively feeling this already, that you're going to get good news about someone who's attracted to you the same way you're attracted to them. For some of you are looking for that. Someone regrets the fact that they can't come into your energy. They can't have a passionate new beginning with you, because you've healed yourself and you've become very strong, and you've become quite a force to reckon with, and you've been working hard. Someone regrets the fact that they can't work on your lost nerve. I heard someone who had been doing spell work to try and make you become poor. They wanted you to struggle financially and to be isolated and alienated from certain communities or groups. And they're doing spell work, and now they're feeling so sad. They're regretting what they spent their time and money doing, because God is God. And God always has a plan, and He will continue to bless us in the presence of our enemies. I heard a snippet of something earlier on. No enemies, no table. So when these enemies come up, you know, the table's about to pop up at any time, you know. So yeah, someone had forgotten that God is going to bless you in the presence of your enemies, and they've been working so hard to get you isolated, to get you replaced, to get you left out of a group, to make sure that you don't get justice. Someone was working hard on that, and you're getting some sort of written communication about this, about something being coming to a final ending. Ooh. There's also a couple that's breaking up. A couple is breaking up. This couple are grudge holders, and this couple wanted you to be stuck in an emotional or indeed a physical shanty town. It was their wish, you know, to get you impoverished and suffering, so you could be desperate and become gullible and malleable in their hands. They felt that they could soon have you right there where they wanted you to be. It's so twisted. And karma, it will still come out. Karma doesn't miss an address. It will still come out in some other way where they are in a vulnerable position in an area of their life that they're not even expecting it will come from. This couple I'm talking about could be having sleepless nights, and they're being haunted by the fact that something's been exposed and revealed, really, and that you're going to get your wish come true. And they're regretting the fact that you've come out as the lion and not just the lamb, and you've managed to put down heavy burdens, the burdens you spoke about earlier on, and you've got options, you know, got lots of options about how you want to live your life. We did see you looking at what picture you wanted to paint of your future, and these people, why are they so haunted? They're haunted because something is meant to be for you. It's fated for you to, for your life to improve, and for you to be seen and celebrated, and for you to travel to an ancestral place, maybe for some of you to travel to get married, and that's your wish come true, and you're getting help from unexpected quarters. Yet some people had tried to hold you back with a toxic bunch of people. They tried to hold you back with spell work, cunning and manipulation, sleight of hand and clandestine operations. But despite all of that, God is still coming through. Okay, let me just read the story to the end. Okay, what else do you need to know here? There is a couple that is not seeing eye to eye. Like what I've just said, there's a couple that's breaking up. There's a couple having an altercation, verbal or physical. They may have tried to keep this fight secret, but it's coming out and it's being seen out there for everyone to see. These people didn't see that they were not going to be able to continue to juggle certain circumstances in your life, or whatever this couple has been up to. This could be this, and the same couple that's been traveling around for with getting all sorts of expensive spell work to get you isolated and to really f up your finances as well. They didn't see, they feel blindsided. Yeah, like what I've just said. They didn't see it. They felt blindsided. They felt like God hid away a crucial part of your destiny that they've been going to try and find out all these places that they were going. God hid it from their view that you were going to be blessed with a new job or a promotion or a blessing, some seed, some sort of seed that's going to grow in your life, whether it's opportunities or a seed of new ideas, new pathways that are going to germinate and grow and blossom and give you a mighty forest of blessings. I like the forest of blessings anytime, don't you? Yeah. So they're worried because they didn't see it coming. And they're also worried that they're not going to be able to squirrel money from you. They're not going to be able to take your resources from you in a very sneaky way, whether it's undercutting you or misrepresenting you deliberately and misunderstanding you so that they can push some sort of a fucked up narrative about you that they know very well is not true. And they'd get money from doing that or something like that. And they know that they're not able to do that anymore because a decision's been passed, as a spiritual decision, your spiritual court has been in session, and they passed a decision with someone's own finances to be effed up because they try to F up your own finances. This is someone who's very materialistic, who thinks that anyone has got a price. This is a person who's got a very unhealthy relationship with money, who, those kind of people who say, I'll do anything for money. I don't like people like that. There gotta be certain things that you can't do for money. This person has been caught lying, stealing, cheating. A thief has been caught having some sort of a hidden dishonor, and this chapter is not going to end for them, not by a milestone. It's like troubles following this person or this couple that's been very sneaky and subtle, and it looks like spirits has sounded an alarm in the ethers for these people to be marked hard by spirits. This person was busy trying to inspire you to watch your ships coming in, sending people to blend in the silhouette of the shadows around you. It sounds very poetic, but yeah. Now troubles follow them everywhere they go. There's signs that things are dying around them, things are ending around them. And they may refuse to read the signs correctly, but the signs are coming up, and possibly even by the next full moon around the 5th to the 7th of November, something is being revealed. Let me get a few more cheeky madams, though I think I've concluded this reading. I don't want to go on for too long. Some of you all need to get ready for work and or for hustles or for prayer or for whatever it is that you all do in your lives there, my darlings. Just a few cheeky madams. I'm guided to do that. I've got the initials EF coming up, or FE, first, last, and middle name, or someone who's been caught up with the lying, stealing, cheating. Hansi, in the face of an unknown enemy, hesitation is lethal. This is a battle strategy. So this has been an unknown enemy, not an enemy just wearing a balaclava coming in the night that you can't see. It's someone that you're familiar with, because we did see the misplaced trust coming up earlier on. Someone that you trusted who did not deserve your trust. And once you know that this is an enemy, this was the unknown enemy, if you hesitate to act accordingly, that could be lethal. You need to act decisively and accordingly. You see that sound's been all up in your energy. It really makes me laugh when all these karmics and nasty people try and take the advice meant for the chosen ones and apply it against the chosen ones. It's like someone taking advice coming here, trying to use it against one of the chosen ones. It will not end well, because God is not man that he should be fooled. You don't get to hack the system like that. This is a Leo. This could be happening to a Leo, or Leo is listening to this reading. Yes, there are too many moving pieces on the chessboard, but God sees everything and records everything. That's karma right there. Yeah, these people can't even look you in the eye because they know you know that they betrayed you. And now they're asking, listen to this. Remember, we saw that your ancestors pulled up on them last night? Now they're asking, what kind of a prayer did you do last night? Because your ancestors whipped me proper, child. Didn't I just tell you that your ancestors pulled up on some haters last night? Whatever prayer you did, stay on it. Whether it's prayer, meditation, maybe you put your snuff down, your mealy meal down, or you pour down some whiskey or whatever it says that you do when you talk to your ancestors or your spirit guides or you prayed, whatever. It worked. Your ancestors really did justice. I've got the initials KL or LK. Could be a person called Cliff. I haven't heard that name in quite some time. Yeah, these are people who are trying to be these unknown enemies. Who are trying to be too familiar with you, and you have to be like to someone, "Hey, lean back. No, 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 no. You don't know me like that. You know me, but you don't know me like that. Don't be too familiar with me and all of that. Don't you be trying to come up and be all up in my business and stuff like that." This is what you told someone, and these are people who are trying to slow you down. They know that the hand of the Lord is upon you to bless you and not to curse you or harm you. They could not stop God's blessing in your life, but all they could do was slow you down by causing a lot of distractions and chaos and all of that cloak and daggery that they were paying spell work for. Spirit says, wake up early and to do your prayers. Some of you may need to do your midnight prayers or your 3 a.m. prayers. Wake up early and pray about the situation. Whatever nuggets that you got from this reading, take the time to wake up early and pray about it so that God can give you guidance and wisdom so you can navigate these treacherous waters that God is about to lift you out of and bless you abundantly after all of that. Yeah, the voice of tragedy. Some of these voyeurs of tragedy are people that you've grown up with, whether they're family or friends, because all of this started when you were younger. Maybe it's an energy where you constantly had family talking about you, spying on you, and even as you live your life, that energy continues. For a few of you, this is not for everyone, for just a few of you, it's your own family who've been getting people to spy on you and stalk you like that. Yeah. Oof. So we did see shocking news about some sort of reconciliation or a new relationship. And at the very beginning, we did have the angel of marriages assisting someone right now. Someone was doing breakup spells on you and your person. And now the karma is that their closest friends have now turned against them. That is karma for that breakup spell they did on you. This is like really controlling motherfuckers who trying to say that, oh, you can't go out with so and so, you go out with so and so. People who assume they know you. These are people that, like I said, trying to be too familiar with you. They assume they know what your type is. I mean, even if a person has been chased, they've got a type. It doesn't mean that because they've been chased, they don't have a type. So any old thing can work. Pun intended. Yeah, guys. Yeah. Okay, Spirit says I can't end it on that note exactly. So someone will pay for spell work to break everything in your path, including your relationships. Remember, I said that they wanted you to be lonely and isolated. They didn't want anyone loving you. They didn't want you to have any finances. But here we have God blessing you, the Most High blessing you in a beautiful way. God's blessing comes without pain, without hurt, without blood, without conditions, without like, I'll give you this, but you gotta do this for me. God doesn't work that way. And that's the kind of blessing that some of you all are about to get. Someone did some breakup spells because they were really trying to control who is in your life, who is who's close to you. I think that's going a tad too far. That's playing God a bit too far. You can't assume to know a person's type, and you can't just claim people like how we used to sit as kids and watch cars go by and you like, oh, that green one's mine, oh, that yellow one's mine, that one's mine, that one's mine. You got grown-ass adults doing that with other grown-ass adults like, oh, that's my girlfriend, oh, that's my wife, that's my husband. claiming people that you have never even stepped up to talk to. You've never even told them what your intentions are. You're busy claiming people and doing breakup spells and removing people from their lives, and so that you can position yourselves. Geez, I mean, if you're gonna be doing that, make sure you're an exciting person. Don't be doing all this fuck shit and still be a very boring person. So boring that you can't even spend time with you. And yet you want to claim an exciting person to be your person. This is a specific message for someone. I feel that someone is really feeling hot like that. Like, no, you don't do breakup spells on people. You don't just decide that, oh, this is the wrong person for this person. Let them be with this person. I want them to be this person. Or I should be the one there. It's like seeing a beautiful doll in a shop window for the longest time. And you're like, yeah, pretty doll. But you don't step up. You don't make any moves. And maybe it's like oranges and apples even. That's why you come and step up and say, this should be my doll. Suddenly one day you're walking past the shop and you see the doll has been taken off the display window and someone is packaging it beautifully to give it to their loved one. You storm into the shop and like, I always wanted that doll. That was supposed to be my doll. The shopkeeper will be like, well, where's your receipt? Where's your proof that it was yours? If you wanted it that way, why didn't you put a ring on it? If make it make sense. You don't just claim people like that. These are the same people who go on and look for love spells. Don't manipulate a person's feelings for you. Let a person be with you because they want to be with you, not because you've bent them, you've removed them from where they're really supposed to be. Those are the same people who end up abusing their partners because they don't value the person they're with, because they didn't have to work hard to be with a person like that. They just had that person landed on a platter. We did see those fuckers earlier on who went towards without efforts. It's the same sort of energy. You didn't work hard to be on the same spiritual, mental, emotional, or whatever level as someone. You're not even putting in the work, but you just want to come and say, oh, go and get me that girl, go and get me that guy, that's my person. Send Peter to go out with so and so, as let Peter stand by the corner and accidentally run into this girl, as he's the person who must go out with her, will do this. People aren't pieces of flesh that you just pay 50 pieces of silver and you get it like that. Don't you be doing no Judas moments selling people off either. All right. I've all chewed someone's ear off. Yeah, I feel I was speaking on behalf of someone. Thank you ever so much for joining me on this reading. I really enjoyed channeling these messages. I didn't know it's going to come out like this. What title should I give this? I don't know. I'll see. Maybe I'll leave it just as the weekly psychic forecast, or maybe I'll add some more words. But anyway, thank you very much for joining me. I absolutely enjoyed doing this reading. And to those who are going to catch this reading after the live, welcome to the Sunshine African Gypsy channel. If it's your first time, if you're coming back, welcome back. I forgot to do the whole intro. I was so excited about being back here. Until we meet again, my darlings, this is your girl Sunshine signing out.